out slowly.
I define hope as a force that lies within us. It's not something that I find in a place, a person, or a thing. It's something that wakes me up every morning and gets me through each and every day.
I define hope as the trusty feeling that you get when you're surrounded by the people that you love.
I define it as more of an event because there's so many things that are going towards us, happening towards us, like events, and some are good, some are bad, but it's how long we keep going.
I think referring back to the whole COVID situation, when COVID hit, we had to close down indoor. Well, first we had to close down the entire store. First one or two of our team got sick and then started spreading, and we're like, oh no. Didn't think it would happen to us, but it did, and we had to shut down. We had to and then when we had to reopen again in 2 weeks, little by little, and just that whole thing just made me lose hope. What's gonna happen with the rent? What am I gonna have to lay people off? What's going on?
Para recuperarse, pues yo pienso que toda la comunidad debe de estar unida para que estemos bien y apoyarse uno al otro, porque si no nos apoyamos, pues no nos vamos a poder levantar. Esa es la recuperación de toda una comunidad.
Honestly, I think it's the same thing as how I define hope. Well, some towards it, at least in my personal life. A lot of things are, I don't want to say attacking, more of negative stuff always is a part of everyone's lives.
Resilience, I feel like when you take things day by day, and when something eventually goes wrong, having the self-awareness to do the right thing, or knowing what to do in order to just power through it, and looking back and using that as a reference for other things that come along.
Resilience for me is that strength that lies within us that gets us through the toughest of times, even when we find almost no hope in our everyday troubles. Resilience is what pushes us through.
My mom, my mother, definitely. I've seen, of course, my 19 years of living, I've seen her go through so much stuff, and somehow she still has power to put a smile on our faces, on my siblings, and even on herself sometimes, even if she doesn't, necessarily have that type of energy.
Mis dos hermanas estuvieron por casi 20 días en cama por lo del COVID, usando el aire, las mascarillas, mucho tratamiento y aisladas en cuarentena. Gracias a Dios, son mayores, tiene una 54, la otra tiene 60 años, y las dos se levantaron con la bendición de Dios.
The most resilient person, it's a tough one between my mom and my dad, because they both built this deli from the beginning, from way back from 1995, and they used to work here every day from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, years on years, and looking back like that, I'm like, wow, that's what resilience is to me.
The most resilient person that I know is not a person, but a community. The Jackson Heights community is the most resilient group of people that I know that have made it through all these troubling times in these past couple of years. They got up every single day and put on their mask and made it work. And look at us now, we've gotten through this together.
At this very point in time, just for my parents to strive, and me helping them out at least. They're very important to me, obviously, and I just want the best for them and for myself, and I'm sure they want the same.
Esperando en Dios que toda la comunidad pueda levantarse bien en estos últimos días, que ha estado un poco difícil para todos, pero que mucha gente en comunidad se ha levantado, gracias a Dios.
I hope for a brighter, better future for all of us, and that no matter how hard it gets, we make it through.
I hope like after the pandemic and everyone just like going through so many things, especially like deaths as well, but like mentally, like we're all in like a weird space, that everyone just like gets through this clear with mental clearness and like mental clarity and happiness.